Hey, it's Rich with Cross Country. Happy Friday. Happy Go Texan Day. The the trail riders are heading into their way to Memorial Park today. This is kicking off the rodeo. It's going to be a great time. Hope you guys are going to go see some good shows out there. I know my wife and I are planning on heading to the livestock show, and we're going to be walking around and just seeing what's going on. Not much of a big concert guy myself, but that's not what you're here to talk about today. Today, we're going to talk about what is going on in the markets. Well, today, just to let you know, we had a really bad PCE number, the PCE, personal consumption expenditures. It went up 0.6% in January, 0.1% year over year. Now, we've been concerned over the last couple months that this was going to not be such a favorable number. And the reason that we were concerned about this is we've got medical contract rollover. We have a lot of other expenditures going on, and we are seeing some inflation that is affecting us. So that PCE number coming in rough was not really welcome news, but it was kind of anticipated. But what do we have coming in on the horizon? We got two big numbers, May 10th and May 14th. March 10th and March 14th are going to be big days for us. March 10th, we're going to have another job report, another BLS report. This time, they will not be able to use as much of the Excel chicanery in order to basically give us a bunch of fake numbers. This is going to be a more real report. This is going to give us a more accurate picture of what's going on in the job market. And because of that, we're going to probably see interest rates starting to go back down. The other thing that we have coming up is we've got the CPI, the Consumer Price Index, coming up on March 14th. When that consumer price index comes out, we are going to see with the CPI should be a lower number. So we're starting to get to the point where we're going to get interest rate relief. Now, over the last couple of weeks, we have been seeing all sorts of reports about median home prices dropping. And I'm going to tell you this right now. It's true. The news outlets that are reporting that median sales prices are down is correct, but that doesn't mean that values are falling. They're giving us numbers without a context. If you take a look at the universe of home buyers, generally you've got about 30 to 40% of the universe of home buyers is made up of move-up buyers. These are folks who are selling their first house or their second house and buying a newer home. Well, a lot of these folks just bought in the last couple of years. They have fallen in love with their 2.99% interest rate mortgage or their 2.5% interest rate mortgage. They're not wanting to move to that bigger house and get that bigger mortgage payment while interest rates are up where they are. So they're holding steady. So who's buying? You've got first-time home buyers that are buying. That's probably about 35% of the market. You have investors buying. That's probably another third of the market. And you've got probably about a sixth of the market is cash buyers. So that means you got 1/6 of the market, about 16%, which is going to be your move-up buyers. Well, a first-time home buyer, an investment property buyer, and a cash buyer are generally going to be buying lower value properties. So if you're selling and buying lower value properties and the higher value properties aren't moving right now, of course your median sales price will go down. But the news isn't explaining why the median sales price is going down because they love blood. They like to create fear. Remember, there was a show in Los Angeles back in the 90s called Good Day LA. I don't even think that the producer's mother watched it. The ratings were terrible because it was supposed to be only good news. Nobody buys good news. If it bleeds, it leads. So when we're talking about median home sales prices falling, they're not going to tell you why. They're just going to want you to think that the sky is falling as well. What's been going on in the greater markets as well? Well, builder inventory, builder sales are up. Month over month, January, they were up 7.2%. Year over year, they're still down 19%. But with these better month over month sales, we're chipping away at it. The other thing, though, is that of the completed homes that builders are selling, they've got only 1.3 months of inventory. So these big inventory numbers that you're hearing about on the news, and that we've got tons of inventory. No, they don't. These are lots that where not even a shovel of dirt has been turned. So instead of having 7 months of builder inventory, we really have only 1.3 months. That's a big difference, but that's not what the news is going to tell you. And when you take a look at the inventory, for example, in Greater Houston, we're probably still below 2 months because you've got to take out all those pending contracts that are going to go close. When you take out overpriced homes, that also is really creeping down our inventory. So inventory is still tight. Sellers still have this perspective, though, that if you put the house on the market, you're going to get a contract that same minute. So what I would say to you is keep going. This is a great time. One other thing I want to tell you about is here at Cross Country Mortgage, if you purchase with us right now, then what we're going to do, and this is, by the way, on February 24th, if you're purchasing with us right now, when rates do fall, then, probably about 9 months from now, what we're going to do is we're going to give you, basically, we're going to waive our fees to refinance you. Why am I going to do that? Well, I'm getting you into debt at this higher rate. We know rates are going to fall. I want to be able to give back to my customers. I think it's really important because, once we do a mortgage together, you guys are kind of like family to me. So have a happy Friday, happy Go Texan Day. Remember, if it bleeds, it leads. And Warren Buffett says, buy fear, sell greed. This is the time to get in. Talk to you later, Rich.